Oh my, it's not looking good for Cairns. Cairns. Yeah, you got about after 5 days. You're going to expect about 80 centimeters. 80 centimeters is 80 centimeters of water. Excuse me. 80 centimeters in inches.
80 centimeters is equivalent to 31.496 inches.
Uh huh. Now go 800. You're getting 800 centimeters of water? No. 80. Excuse me, I'm doing some quick math. My God, man. You're close to a meter, man, which is almost 3 feet. Right? See the stats here? And it's pretty going along with what I said was going to happen when they diverted that flow in and this one here met. It just had to happen. And with the corridor of EMF that they've consistently set up in this line here along Mount Ice through this corridor up here, there was nowhere else for it to go. So about 5 days from now, your event's going to begin. 4 days right in there, and it's going to be a sustained event. It's going to take about a week for all of it to get down on the ground, but most of it will come in a 5 day period. And there's going to be a bit more behind it because as that comes in, this stuff's still here. So you can expect those totals to go in what we're seeing out in the West Coast, which today is getting, oh my God, some of the conditions I'm seeing out in the Northern Territories, out in the desert, are getting, I'll show you, 25 centimeters of water. That's a lot. It's ungodly amount. We shouldn't be having that. If I go into the feet, right? If I a centimeter, 800 is 100 centimeters is a meter, right? That should come up as a meter. Oop. Right? But if I do that in feet, a foot. I should say feet. It's plural. Right? That's 3 feet of water. That's 2.5 feet of water. Right here. And more. For these areas. So when you see 800, think 2.5 feet of water. Okay? I didn't want to put that as the title, but that's the amount I'm talking about here. When I go on your fives, squanto, right? Minimal, 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 and you get a big jump. That's alarming. Yeah, some of them are even higher. I told you, I don't pick what the highest one is. I just come in and say, hey, look, and when you're getting in that amount, right? We'll just change that to 112. You're over 3.5 feet of water inundating here. A good time to grow rice, I think. But at the end of the day, when geoengineering is booming and pluming and the microwaves are happening and they divert the flow of the main river and come up with a 100-year flood every other day for some part of the planet, you note that their experiment with the weather is going terribly wrong and they don't know what they're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you should stop. You can't predict what's going to happen in a terrarium you make in your house if you let a little puff of air in by accident, right? Well, who knows what little butterfly effects are going on with oneness. It's something's gone wild, and it's called the power struggles of the world gone too high. And as we're still looking out here toward this Broome area here, and they've been getting rains. All this out here has already been flooded toward them. I got to say this, and it's also been pointed out by another, and I don't want to wind people up, but I'm watching your east-west roads get cut, your main highways for delivering stuff to the main cities like Perth and such, and Darwin. Have you got your basic supplies, people? I mean, even your basics to live. Because there's very few roads that go into these places, these mains, like your I-94. If that gets cut somewhere along the way, here, which is flooded many times, there's so many roads along the way that really the last good one I see left is down here. If you lose this coast road, you are going to be in trouble. and it's skating on a razor's edge down here. It's very close to that one being cut. A couple more storms near Sedona, and you've lost your highway. Uh-huh. I'm watching the undermining of the banks on the sides and the berms of the highways and the roads, and you're starting to see tarmac sitting up over a lip on the side of the road, and when floodwater hits that, it flips the tarmac up, and you lose your road bed, and well, that's bad. Or it could cause a tunnel under the tarmac, and then that's worse, because then you think you got a road to drive on, and it could be terrible. So I'm very, very concerned about the trade disruption in Australia from this for land goods. Interstate 1 is in so many places unpassable, even now, and it's getting worse as you get towards the coast now in these next few days, because you could expect some extremely high totals. Even over the next 24 hours, this one area here is slated to get, every model's showing it. I say this area is 20 centimeters is going to hit in this area. 20 centimeters is dirt of that in this. We just do a 20 on this, which is 200 mils. And you're looking at a half a foot, right? That's over 6 inches. That's a lot. Okay? That's a lot. That's 7.8 inches, ladies. Hey, man, there's over a half a foot of freaking rain hitting this area over the next 12 hours, and some places are going to get this amount. And it has to run somewhere. And, well, it's going to run over those roads quite well. And if the roads are the only good things and they got guttering on the side of them, it's a riverbed now, and it's running. And every time it encounters a little bridge or something, it's going to waterfall it, and it's going to undermine things and cause damage. I'm not familiar with the floodplain out here. I could just see obviousnesses when I look at maps. The ups and downs of Avon Downs. You had a hell of a year, ain't you? You know, when outside of town's getting this and the desert's getting that, and that's racing towards you, that's not too good. Mm-hmm. That's a river, you know, might be dry sometimes, and sometimes it's not. And that landing strip, well, don't count on it. And this what was this, an old cattle station or something? And then there's a bar out there. You're gonna want to save your beer. On Barkley Highway over there. Is that what it's called? Yeah. 66 up jumps the devil. Oh, here's a 9. Here we go. Yeah, they're getting a lot over the next 12 hours. That's 12 hours. And over 24, it eases a bit as this tendril begins to make its way this direction here. I'll have to zoom way back. The chem is laid like this. Right about zoom back. You'll see the line of storms and where they're moving it. And they're moving it in a direction like this. Right, you got a push move here that's folded that back around. And really the gap between this and this pushing, see how that's push, 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 is really causing the problems in this area here that we're seeing right now and over the next 24 hours. It was that push move that did it. It's caused a flow split, which is then sending shocks over this way, and it's going to open up the door for some very heavy rains through here over the next 24 to 48 hours. Count on it. That's just how that's going to go. I'm doing a determinant. I wanted your state lines on for a reason. I could put the roads on as well, but zooming in on an area and seeing if something's happening is a better way to do a determinant rather than to say, oh my God, this could happen. I'd rather confront what's here. And the possibility of you having supply interruptions out on the west coast in the big cities in Australia, I also agree with my friend that it is very high. I just don't want to wind people up. And no, I don't sell supplies to alleviate you. So take that into consideration. Don't go being an idiot about toilet paper. When you got water around, you'll wipe your ass with it. But you can't eat it. Is it waterproof? You got bags to put your stuff in if you're out here and you haven't been flooded yet. You know, like those mattress protector bags. You vacuum air out of. Well, those could become a raft if you needed it. It could protect your family Bible and your albums and other things you find to be important. I just had to have a look at that area to see the split. So you could see the line where the rain's going to come. You could see the energy that's been put in the atmosphere. Closing the gap. The Red Sea's closing now, and where the twain meets is right in through here. So this is going to determine where the heaviest falls are going to be through here, is where these lines meet, how the chem itself compresses so their droplets get big and fall. So right there you can see a big bomb line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that I could see right there just in that one little blast north of Tennant Creek, and it's nucleated into a mess, and more bombs have exploded, and their shock waves will come out. Looks like the meeting is going to occur right about here, because it's turning now. I gotta remember that, so you gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, this is the path of the heaviest rains, is going to be right here where I'm circling right now for the next 24 hours. Secondary heaviest rains are going to be in this south through here, because as this moves in, it's going to push that together more, so that'll compress a bit. You might even see a gap in the clouds appear today. Wouldn't that be nice? But it's not occurred yet. But as a weather mood, I'd demand it. It'd have to create the flow the easiest way. So then later in the day today, yeah, it's already starting to occur. Look at the clear out. See? Right here, a microwave is turned on. So you have something that's just started beaming. Something's causing here a line to appear that's not going away, while everything else is moving rather quickly in the other direction. So that's sus of a microwave blast. Do I see anything coming up from Exmouth? Yes. It's sending a wave all the way up the sea from all the way here. Actually, probably further to here. You can get great evidence out to sea moving along the low deck of the ocean. They would say it's a morning glory cloud, but I would expect a morning glory to move from east to west like this more when it's on open sea. It's not like you got mountains and stuff to disrupt its flow. So that's microwave evidence. I would suspect this station here doing it. A lot of rumbling going on here too. Look at the microwaves out here to sea on the low deck. The glitches in from here to here. Has to be. They're holding off the storm to the north. Broome is fairly off. Just this wave of energy coming through here. That'll be more evidence of that wave you see out to sea, occurring over a populated area, being microwaved and blasted by a unknown military base called Holt Base. Whammo. And as it went through that chem, it nucleated it all. See how that microwaves can do stuff like that? Whammo. And it nucleated that going up toward Derby, and where there wasn't the bombs, it just whoosh, hemmed the chem. Create the difference in the flow so you can make a spinner. Very concerned for here. This is a heavy flow over Townsville today, and there's a lot of bombs being deployed to come your way. So what will we be doing? We'll be watching. And I do mean that. There are a lot of bombs being deployed. There's some funny looking clouds there, eh? But it's not so funny what they're getting ready to do. And this isn't that storm. You're going to look 5 days up, 4 days up. 3 days from now, I'll tell you exactly what it's going to do. Does that sound good for you? But right now, you need to be prepared. That corridor is going to get quite deadly. And even over the next few days, it's not going to be easy. Look at a Nazi symbol up there. They're clinking you, man. And all the people seem to know nothing. What a bunch of Schultzes. Schmeckleheads. Bombs going off and off and off and off. See if we're still running. Yep. Nothing to see here, folks. My goodness, Long Reach, you've been such a star to the show. I hate to leave you out there with all the microwaving you've been doing, but Mount Isa, my gosh, if there was ever a station I wanted to see fall over and get swallowed by the earth by accident there, or by the act of God itself, let's start with that one. Oops, I don't know how that truck went and did that. My gosh, is this the only thing fueling the storm right now? Look at the line go straight up and down here. Here, I'll run it. You can see it. Right here. It's a chemtrail. Yeah. A fuel dump off the end of a plane wing is a chemical. If it leaves a trail in the atmosphere, is a chemtrail. I used the Shill Group's video to show the chemtrail. It's really busted their balls. Ha ha ha. Yeah, take that keck. Here we go. Yeah, I had friendly rivalry going on now for over a decade. Yeah, I love to use their own videos against them. Boom, bada boom, boom, boom. It's like getting you guys to say foolish things of what a ballast test is, and getting you to say it's chem tanks in a plane. We laugh over that because even I'll debunk your videos on that. Look at it. Look at these deployments here over Wollongoranga, Dumbangi. Dumbang. I might have got that right. Dumadji. And I like my, over there in Dumangi. And don't let children listen to my freaking videos. What do you got? No sense in your head? We're gonna fix this stuff. Period. I ain't having it. So I'll swear like a motherfucker. This isn't for kids to hear it. If you don't like it, tough shit. Exactly. This is adult show. This is adult hour. This is adult shit going in here to be fixed. When our children are being killed, we don't want them to know about it. Right? We got to know about it and do something about it. This is killing our children. It's killing the children of everything out here in this ocean that I'm touching here. Everything in this forest over here is slowly dying from all this stuff because it doesn't happen quick enough. If it happened really quick and everything floated up out here, you might get concerned. What about the stuff that's settled into the bottom, covered by the silts of these rivers that are settling out to sea? You will never know what died during these storms. Because you're so busy looking at your own sky over your house, worrying about the next thunderbolt, to worry about the big bolt. You know, the big one. Exactly. If that goes, you go. Right? If this stuff all out here dies, you die. Because it's water and you're water. Be like water. Water gives a shit. It does. I could prove it. If it didn't, it would leave you. And you would be just dust in the wind. Like these chemtrails in the wind I'm looking at right here between Ollie Curring and Tennis Creek. There's a Wabbit Flat and this one. Where these two meet, you're going to have a problem. So watch where that happens at. Looks like about here where they put these chemicals out because the computer knows where we're going to meet. Because that might be a different speed, different altitude, right? I will near guarantee it is. So they react separately. So when they're over the top of each other, three things happen almost like a transistor plate. And whammo, you get a signal, folks. On again, off again, pulse the bastards along. Oh, you had a big pulse along here. Either that or it was a planned bomb deployment all along one curving line. Can you get any more obvious than that? I mean, really. What a bunch of stains. Oh, well, I can't look too close at it. I'm going to get upset. There's your 13 centimeters of rain over the next 24-hour schedule for this slot that I just showed you was guilty of a much sky fuckery at compliments of the ruling class that have no class if they're doing that to your ass. And we got a hook trail straight away. All right, we're going to watch this one. Where's its regions going? Give me a minute here. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. Up, over, down. Right, that's the chess move of the night. Shoot them. Boom. That's a spinner. And again, this one popped it over the creek. Bomb the top of this is in a certain location. I guarantee you'll create a torrential downfall. If the clouds are laden with water droplets, you can make them fall very quickly, right along the creek itself. Don't want to waste it on the land. Instant runoff. Hey, you know they're going to give this a bet. That big wide stretch there ain't wide enough for a lizard tongue headed into McKinley. Oh, God, you guys are going to get it. Yeah, they very effectively have took out this corridor's road, and I'm now watching this one go. And if they catch this one here, The west is cut off from supply from the east from trucks on the ground. It'll all be shipping containers in air. And we get a pulse. Bzzz. See it? Bzzz. See it? Busted. Who else we got doing some fuckery here, aiming a storm? That'll be the overlap of two radar creating that ring on that edge. It's not something really special beam going on. However, there'll be double microwave interaction going on as on the overlap places. So we often see the noticing of pop-up storms along those particular lines, and knowing where these occur as is something to keep good in your head. So if you see sudden pop-ups, hey, they might be hiding some data from me. So you keep it in your mind. She's rumbling over here under the radar that has no radar. You know, right here where half the data is missing, but yet the image is in the center. Yeah, that one. That's on, obviously. It's just not, you're not allowed to see it. And there's evidence of the microwave under here. So you got a tower located right about here. Well, the other curve is here. Yeah, why is Richmond radar off? What are they guilty of doing? What's going on? Okay, Richmond, what did you do? The Richmond radar will be undergoing a test evaluation for 6 months. And there will be intermittent outages. So in other words, they're going to beam the fuck out your ass while you're testing it. And when they are, they ain't going to tell you nothing. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. The test tickles say it ain't on, and I just showed you it is. So that means they're blocking this from windy.com. They're not allowing that part of the feed into that company. Oh, yeah, Master Blaster's out on the Coral Sea over here doing it, taking a shit again. Ah, he's like, it's a portal, man. No, it's not. It's a Nexrad radar ball blasting away. It's technology going on out there. It's not the healthiest thing to be doing. See, everything's just going along a beam path and doing something out here, isn't it? Damn. We have a slow creeper. It's not moving very fast. But it's headed right toward Innisfail and it's coming quick. So you're going to get this end of the storm as it curves around. As that gets to drag, this is going to smack you. Well, you are in for a little bit of a rough ride over the next 2 hours here in Innisfail, so expect it. Now let's look at some of your totals along this road. It's hard to do to deter. I knew something was coming. It had to. I'm going to find it as here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. They're saying a dip. The collision of two loads and you're the pinch point. That explains it. So they're going to bomb the fuck out of this during the day. That microwave has to come out hard. It has to be a hard on that day. Yeah, if you expect a hard on from the south to make the frog eye go all Google. It looked like a bird beak, don't it, in an eyeball. A giant stinger in it. Oh my, look at that, huh? Relentless inundation for the north over the next 3 weeks. I said that already. But I want to see what in the hell are they smacking you guys with here. That ain't it. You're kidding me. Right, you're going to pop a cyclone down on you. And that's a proper enough pressure to really give you some winds. Alright, you got a cyclone coming, Cairns. Just going to come right over the top here. All the lean and the pulls of all the lows are dragging that direction. The vortex from this island is going to make a strange suction right through here. If they put a wind here, it makes a suction occur right through here. Why the dip? That's why. 1035 right there. That's very high for a Southern Ocean to have. Or a very high Northern Ocean. That's just extremely high. And with this next to it here, pull just a little bit of enough of a pull to make it stall. It could clear off the coast very, very quickly. However, and I must say a big however here, that's going to trap the south. And if they throw a microwave on here and heat it up, that storm's going to stall right there where my middle finger is. If not, it's coming straight to Fiji. Because to move that, they have to shut that off. Otherwise, it comes here. And down the coast she goes. This is a big iffy here on the pressures on the second are going to decide your month. My God, this is bad. This is, yeah, cyclone. The winds have got to be very high with that low. I wasn't planning to do a long one. Not that ain't it. They're saying they ain't high enough. But if the low is here, that's not making sense. The winds are in front of the storm. It's walking the wrong way. Now you're talking. Yeah, that's about right. Boy, was he, that other one was full of shit. I wasn't agreeing with that at all. That's a full-on raging cyclone, folks. That's big. Watch as I get it in here. Get you around these turns. It's still not high enough. 36 knots. Nah, you'll be barely on a tropical storm. According to these winds. Doesn't make any sense at all with that pressure. Gusts. Here's where you're going to get your winds. Yeah, your gusts will be tropical cyclone high. So, what are we going to do? We're gonna weed out the full of shitakis. We ain't going to panic. Yeah, that's right. We don't panic. We don't fear. We prepare. And well, if you're living on these major cities, and I'm watching the cutting off of your supply roads, including your railroads, I think it's time for you to consider your tin can collection. Boy, are you in for it, New Zealand? You won't catch that wind full line. Boy, that's going to spit a hell of a band of moisture out. So then we're around a 7th, that'll inundate the coast. Yeah, she's going to do a turn and give you a spit and smack New Zealand, slam on the 4th, which will be the 5th your time. And at the same time, Marble Burr, you're getting one. Heavy wind gust day. This is just winds, okay? C'est calm les femmes. Rain and thunder. Yeah, this is why. Not such a good day for you guys then. And it's all quiet down south. It's like it's almost a drag. It's a pleasure to tell you. Now your rain accumulations over the next 10 days. Is not too bad here. Or here. Hey, Maldor, I ain't agreeing with that because you're right where they want something. I've seen that for a long time. Whenever I see a jaggedy line, it's telling me you got a river or something that's using it as a border. So something weird. And so they're going to flood the cunt. Yeah, that. Yeah, they're flooding it. And you're beginning on your event and whammo, they go for the New South Wales corridor and they're giving you a high spot in the mountains to run the water down to your creek and start the process of the inundation fluctuation of your country. You don't get graduation, you get fluctuation, man. And then they have a problem with you, yes, if you complain. Why are you coming up on my map again? That ain't good. They came up on my map 4 times before they flooded their asses. And nobody listened to me. Well, you know what? I don't listen to their ass and yes either. Okay? We'll just give a straight square area. We're someone in here we're gonna fuck. We're negotiating right now exactly where we want to mine. I mean, where it's gonna, where you might be in danger. You know where you're definitely in danger is here, in this town. They've got you in the sights again. Gibraltar Hill is gonna cascade some water down, and there's a nice highway there for them to need new infrastructure. My God, they'll have you on freaking drones with seats soon just to get to school. How are you going to go to school? Yeah, I know. I heard that when I was a kid. Shay, we're not going to go. Hey, as he breathes, you got Frog Hollow over here, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be loving life in Frog Hollow. It's going everywhere. It's a frog's dream. But be careful, they turn the microwaves on. The frogs can boil over there in Frog Hollow Reserve, over there in Tarago Road, near Bungendore Road, and I could not resist. Hey, mixed shirts oval. Yeah, if you put down stuff that freezes, you can have an ice skating rink down there. Yep, because they say so right here in this place called Camp Barrett. Yogi Berra, would always want your picnic basket. And acted like Mr. Ranger all the time. Nutting you. My God. Hey, what do we got going on here over the next 10? Holy mother of pearl, look at that there over at Cootamundra. Well, you got a Mundra your cooter. And you're stacking bing bang ball gal. Is it stacking bing gal? Something like that. Oh, she stocks the bins. Right, that's not very fair. What's going on here? Hashtag expose the 28. And where you meet over here is not going to be looking too good over here in, oh, good, I'm going to try it. My Muru Road, on the SS Road. Yeah, you'll be the SS shit sandwich. Yeah, you're going to be wet, man. You better get the chemicals out of there, huh? All right, next, who we got going on? Oh, your neighborhood here not looking too good. Anybody warned you might have some problems? But it looks like you're a little bit in the air. Got the 500 lines and the 450s, but somewhere along here is a little bit of a bottom. Here it is. Here's the bottom. Duffer Gully. So the scenic road's going to have a new kind of scene going on. Oh, man. Sad's Lane. Yeah, I know. You took a product in your body and then you died of a heart attack. That's very sad. But, it's not the product's fault, is it? Nah. Nobody's ever going to run and jump in their youth and have all the energy in the world. Why don't you people see that something bad is going on yet? That they're trying to take your land, that they don't want everybody. Well, there ain't room for everybody's in the shelters, that's for sure. And when I see a railroad junction like this, with the loop-arounds like that, with a big yard like this, and I see totals coming, they say, hi, you're going to have a whole lot of water coming your way, and I'm hearing all sorts of talk from Clara Smart Cities and all this about building no infrastructure and building back better. You'll just have to build back. There'll be no better to remember. I don't remember any better in a really long fucking time. And as I look at the totals of Tottenham on the 10s from the nothings, and I look at from the nothings over here to the middle of the country to over 12 feet of rain. For 3 feet of rain. Plus. That is a lot. Now that one there, that's you get your totals on the next day. Whammo. 17 centimeters of rain is 7 inches. Something like that. I'm tired. I'm tired of reporting on geoengineering. I'm tired of seeing the whole not play it nice of it all of this world where we don't even play nice with other species that we say are cute and long. And when we're flooding out everything out here, all the roads are getting cut off. And I'm watching an imminent starvation event happening to Australia. And all I'm hearing is fucking crickets. Fucking crickets. Eat crickets. And not enough people talking about this flooding, the inundations, the planned devastations, and the who benefits of it needs to be discussed clearly. Because all I see is a disaster of nearly a meter of rain, which is very mean for Cairns. And I see nearly a meter of rain there. So I could shop around and find it. I just saw it a second ago. A meter of rain for them. And half a meter for you in the middle. And you've already been getting a whole bunch. Then the proposal for weather control and modification must not ever be allowed, because the experiments doing it are going wild, and it can never ever be allowed. Such discussions should be handled with the humiliation to the suggester.